Ciao, everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Julian Gennady, and with all the off-field stuff that's been happening with Juventus during the international break, Pogba, Bonucci, Chiesa, club for sale, all that bullshit, we are back with match day 4, and we know what we're doing here. It's the preview. It's what I do here. Stick with us, and we'll fill you in with what I think Lazio is all about. Yes. Okay, so again, Bonucci not at Juventus anymore, so not a problem. Pogba barely at Juventus, and so his absence is not really a problem. Chiesa apparently fit to at least make the bench, so and the club is definitely not for sale right now. So we've avoided a lot of stuff that happened during the international break that was a lot of off the field drama, reality show, TV show stuff. But now it's time to get back onto the pitch. Now it's time to claim 3 points that we should be getting against a Lazio team that looked good in their last game, but looked very poor in the first 2 games. And the way we do this here is, of course, we do the key player for Lazio, we do a weakness of Lazio, and then we do predicted starting 11s for both squads. Again, it's what I think, plus what I've read that could happen, plus what happened during the international break. But before we get into the graphics, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The liking is free, and let me know in the comment section what you think of each section that we're going through. Again, key player, weakness of Lazio, starting 11s of both squads. So we're going to start with the key player for Lazio, and again, it's kind of hard for me to decipher who's the actual key player. Ciro Immobile, as it stands, is fit to play. He is a bona fide 20 goals scorer in Serie A. If he's fit, he can get in behind defenses. He has okay link-up play, but in Serie A it's decent. And he's very good inside the box in terms of finishing chances. And that's going to contradict what Lazio's weakness is, so it's kind of funny. I could have picked Daichi Kamada, who they just signed on a free from Frankfurt. I could have picked Guendouzi. I could have picked Luis Alberto. I could have picked Zaccagni. I could have picked that guy and the other guy. I've chosen Immobile because of his track record. And I know that his history against Juventus isn't great in terms of goal scoring. And Lazio in general hasn't been very good against Juventus in recent history. However, this Lazio team that I saw against Napoli looked like a whole different team. This Lazio team looked better, more potent offensively. So it's Maurizio Sarri. We know what he does: possession, get the best shot possible. Possession, recycle. Possession, get the best shot possible. It's not spamming crosses. It's not. It works advantageously for the player Immobile is. So we'll see. And again, let me know what you guys think. We see his 1 goal in the 3 games that he's played this year. We know what happened at Lecce. We know what happened at Verona. We know what happened at Napoli. So we'll see. So let me know. I think Daichi Kamada could have been a good shot as well. But again, let's see how he progresses throughout the season. Maybe by the second time we played Lazio, if I'm doing these previews, it'll be Kamada this time. But right now, we'll have Immobile. So now we're going to go to the weakness of Lazio. And to date, after 3 match days, it's been inconsistency in front of goal. They create lots of chances. They created lots of chances against the shit teams they played against. Genoa. I said Verona before. I stand corrected. It's Genoa. And Lecce. They created lots of chances, couldn't score. They scored 1. And then they created not as much, obviously, against a better team in Napoli, but they scored. They're more clinical. So the inconsistencies in front of goal has been their weakness this year. That's why they're 1 and 2. If they are, and that's like any team to be honest, but like it's a clear weakness for them right now. So Immobile, and that's why I said it contradicted, because Immobile, if he is consistent and he has chances, he will score goals. If he scores goals, we're in trouble. If Zaccagni gets the better of Alexandro tomorrow, we're in trouble. So I think we will lose the midfield battle. So I don't think that's a weakness of Lazio. I think their midfield is better than ours, especially if Kamada, Guendouzi, even Ravella if he starts. I think that's better than Rabiot, Locatelli, and Fagioli in terms of technical ability. So I think that's not a weakness. Their actual weakness is Immobile going to score from the chances created by Zaccagni, by the midfielders, by Felipe Anderson, and it's going to be all about that. Will they even be up for the challenge? Because again, historically speaking, Lazio isn't too like they're not the greatest against us, but history can change in one game. So we'll see. And again, against Napoli, they could have had a couple more goals and they were like barely offside. So that 2-1 scoreline kind of flattered Napoli because of the chances that Lazio created. So let me know what you think. What's another weakness of Lazio? I'm not going to say their defense yet because they had the best defense or one of the best defenses last year with Casale and Romagnoli. This year they started off, but we'll see. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Now I'm going to move on to the potential starting 11 that I think should play, based on research and previous 11s, based on what I think how they should line up. 4-3-3, classic Sarri. They got Provedel in goal, obviously Casale, Romagnoli. They got Marusic and Hisai. I can't believe Hisai is still playing the sport, but there he is, starting for Lazio. Okay, average defenders or fullbacks at best, decent center backs. The midfield is interesting. Now, I've come on this channel and said Rovella this, Rovella that. I don't think he's anything awesome. Like, I don't think there's any big loss there when we sold him. He's injury prone, but he's not injured right now. I think he gets the start. I think Sarri just gives him the start against Juventus. I obviously Kamada started every game so far, or at least 2. And then Guendouzi, I think he'll get his first start. That's a very good midfield. I think that's a very good midfield, and I think that's a proper Sarri midfield. Maurizio Sarri. And the attack is fluid. Felipe Anderson, Zaccagni, like I mentioned already, and Immobile, of course. Very free-flowing. Zaccagni and Anderson can move across the front line very easily, and then Immobile is there running into the channels, chasing balls and behind defenders. We know what Immobile is. This is an interesting team. Let's see if they can get it all together, because that is three absolutely new midfielders, and that's the least part of the team I'm actually worried about for them in terms of Serie A going forward and in terms of this match day. My dog is snoring because he's bored of listening to Lazio stuff. Lazio pro Lazio stuff at least. So what do you guys think of their starting 11? Again, if you think Luis Alberto will start, let me know. If you think Cataldi will start, let me know. But I think this would be their best lineup, and I think that's what Sarri might actually do tomorrow. And finally, we'll move on to what I think is going to happen. So, when I gave these names to Alejandro, he still hasn't changed Fagioli's number. Anyway, when I gave these names to Alejandro, I was under the impression that the Americans and Danilo would not make the game. I thought they were going to come back to training on Friday. However, after watching them train on Thursday, I have a second thought. This is what I thought pre that social media post that Juventus put on. I think it's going to be not like that at all. But this is my thought process because of the international break. So I thought Vlahovic came back early from international from Serbia. They finished on Sunday, so I thought he would start. Milik, same idea. Kostic, obviously Serbian as well. Rabiot doesn't miss any games, any actual games, or not including preseason. Cambiasso didn't go on the international break. Locatelli, I think he needs to play. We're just desperate for a player like him to play because no one else can play that role. Some will say he can't either, but I'm going to say defensively he's actually okay. Fagioli didn't have the international break. Moretti went with the under-21, so he gets a start. Gatti stayed. Bremer didn't make Brazil. Sandro didn't make Brazil. Szczęsny played for Poland, but he's a goalie. So this is based solely on the international break. Now, because Weah and McKennie and Danilo and Moretti all made training, I think the strikers will stay the same. I think Cambiaso will play left wing back, and I think Weah will get the start. That midfield is going to stay the same. And I think that the defense is still going to stay the same minus Gatti for Danilo. So I think Weah and Danilo will check in. And I think Cambiaso will go to the left and Kostic and Gatti will check out. I don't like it, but I think that's what's going to happen. I've seen Max Allegri many times. We know he never keeps the same team. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to ask you guys again, what's your ideal starting 11? Because everyone's going to have a different opinion. Especially what's your starting 11 for this match day in particular, knowing all the intricacies involved. Is Chiesa fit? Does he start Keane instead of Milik? We know Pogba's not even a thing anymore. So is Moretti or Hans Nicolas Caviglia going to spell someone off in midfield? Is McKennie going to become a midfielder again? Lots of things to question, but that's why we play the games. And thank God we only play one game a week this year because we got a thin squad, especially with all what's happening off the field. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. We're going to end it there. Again, like the video, please. It's free. The more you like it, the more it gets out to other people to like it. And it's just support. It's just helping us. So let us know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on all social media platforms. Instagram, X, Facebook, all that stuff. At Bianconeri Zone. Peace out. Ciao. Enjoy the game.